Brailsford took the stand in his own defense.
So at that moment, you did want to shoot him, correct?
No, ma'am.
All right, so you were just being reckless when you shot him?
No, certainly not. If this situation happened exactly as it did at that time, I would make the same exact decision.
All right, pretty much everybody in my audience remembers the pathetic, disgusting murder of Daniel Shaver in a La Quinta hallway in Mesa, Arizona. Well, Mesa now has to pay $8 million to the widow of Daniel Shaver, who was shot while crawling unarmed toward police trying to follow their every order. The cop who killed Shaver was fired, but he's going to receive a disability pension for the rest of his life because he claims that he has post-traumatic stress disorder. The Arizona Republic reports that the town of Mesa, Arizona reached an $8 million settlement last week with the widow of Daniel Shaver.
This is not my life. This is not my life. I'm 24. My husband's gone. I've got 2 kids.
Shaver is that unarmed guy who was fatally shot while crawling down the hallway, and this is reported in Reason magazine, on his hands and knees toward police officers begging them not to shoot him. And just as a refresher, in January of 2016, Mesa police responded to a report of a man pointing a rifle out of a hotel window. It was, in fact, Shaver showing a pellet gun that he used in his exterminator job to a couple of other hotel guests in his room. Police ordered Shaver out of the hotel room and onto the ground with his hands behind his head. But instead of handcuffing Shaver, officers, in a very bizarre fashion, started barking confusing and contradictory orders at him to crawl toward them.
Stop right there! Stop! Stop! Get on the ground, both of you! Lay down on the ground! Lay down on the ground! Who else is in the room?
Nobody.
Nobody else is in the room?
Nobody.
Are you positive?
Nobody. Absolutely positive.
Okay, young man, listen to my instructions and do not make a mistake. You are to keep your legs crossed. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
You are to put both of your hands palm down straight out in front of you. Push yourself up to a kneeling position. I said keep your legs crossed!
I'm sorry.
I didn't say this in conversation. Put your hand! Hands up in the air! You do that again, we're shooting you. Do you understand?
Please do not shoot me.
Then listen to my instructions.
I'm trying to just do what you
Don't talk! Listen! Hands straight up in the air. Do not put your hands down for any reason. You think you're going to fall, you better fall on your face. Your hands go back in the small of your back or down. We are going to shoot you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Crawl towards me. Crawl towards me!
As a clearly terrified and drunk Shaver did the best that he could to crawl toward police, he appeared to reach toward his waistband to pull up his sagging shorts. It was at that point a Mesa police officer, that is, Philip Mitchell Brailsford, shot Shaver 5 times with an AR-15, ending his life.
I would make the same exact decision.
The incident was part of a string of deadly police shootings of unarmed men caught on camera, including the killings of Philando Castile and Michael Slager. Shaver's death brought national media attention and bipartisan outrage to Mesa. As David French wrote in the National Review, quote, "I have seen soldiers deal with Al-Qaeda terrorists with more professionalism and poise." This is the second large lawsuit settlement Mesa has paid out for Shaver's death. According to the Arizona Republic, the town paid Shaver's parents $1.5 million in a separate lawsuit. And of course, this doesn't come out of the pockets of the tyrants who killed Shaver. It comes out of the Mesa taxpayers. In 2017, a jury acquitted Brailsford of second-degree murder and reckless manslaughter. This is because juries are instructed to judge officers not by how normal civilians would respond, but by how a reasonable police officer is trained to respond to a threat, real or imagined.
After weeks of trial, the jury came back.
Do find the defendant, Philip Mitchell Brailsford, on the charge of count 1, second-degree murder, not guilty.
As Reason Magazine's Jacob Sullum wrote, the acquittal showed that cops on trial benefit from a double standard. He said, unlike ordinary citizens, they can kill with impunity as long as they say they were afraid, whether or not their fear was justified. The Justice Department began investigating the shooting in 2018, but there's been no update on the case since then. Brailsford was fired from the Mesa Police Department for violating department policy, not for killing someone in broad daylight on camera in the hallway of a hotel. At the time, one newspaper writer offered readers a friendly wager. He said, would anybody care to bet that he, that is Brailsford, tries either to get his job back in Mesa or to get a job with another law enforcement agency somewhere else? Well, this writer collected on his imaginary winnings 2 years later. Brailsford indeed challenged his termination, and in response, the city cut a special deal with Brailsford that allowed him to be temporarily rehired, and get this, so that he could retire with medical benefits and a disability pension. And Brailsford actually had the gall to claim that killing Shaver and his subsequent prosecution gave him post-traumatic stress disorder. And because of this, he'll receive a monthly pension check of $2,569.21 for the rest of his life, courtesy of MESA taxpayers. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification icon. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with everybody you know. And don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. I will see you in the next video.